Well, welcome to a video that isn't a John Tiller video. I think the first one, well, it is the first one I've done that is not a John Tiller video. Just a bit John Tillered out at the minute, need a bit of a rest, decided to load something else up, and we're on Napoleon Total War, and we're on Napoleon Total War 3 mod. I think probably the best mod. I was doing a Scourge of War video, got maybe half hour, 40 minutes into it, and then it just decided, no, I don't want to play ball anymore. So I gave up, I went for a shower, had a cup of tea, came back and thought, no, I'm going to give NTW3 a spin. Probably the better mod. Everybody goes on about Darth mod, and Darth mod is fantastic. However, NTW3, Napoleon Total War 3 mod, gets so much more right than Darth mod does. It's got just as much content, if not more. It's let down a little bit by its campaign, I suppose. It's a little bit buggy. I've had it loaded on my computer before, and I realised that... Oh, sorry, I got far into a campaign game. I think it's Russia, maybe the Prussians. I can't remember. It was a while back. And I had a corrupt save file, and I gave up. I took it out, put Darth mod back in, and played the Darth mod campaign. Finally got this to work. Again, now the first time I installed it, a common problem is the campaign will work. However, what will not work is the custom battles, which are probably some of the best part of this game, without a doubt. What happened is that when you load up a custom battle, I couldn't select any units, so I gave up. Had a look online this weekend. I was determined and then to get it working, and then lo and behold, somebody on the Facebook group posted that we shouldn't forget about this mod in 2020, and it sort of inspired me a little bit to do this video, and I thought, no, it deserves to work. In order to get it to work, if you've got anything, or even if you've just got the vanilla game, I suggest uninstalling it from Steam. Do a clean install, get rid of any NTW files that are in your hard drive completely, like it never existed. So go into documents and everything, take it out. Do a fresh install, download it from Steam, the vanilla game, and then download all three parts and the patch and the exe file. It's a little bit of a, not a hassle, but it's a little bit long-winded to do, but it is worth it. I guarantee you it is worth it in every respect. There's some great YouTube videos out there, and a guy who's done them has done it nice and simple, and he has updated it with the latest patch this year, a couple of months back maybe, and how to install that, as well. So it is definitely worth it. Now, I just chose the Guard just because I've had a hard day at work. I need to de-stress, and I need just to kill some people using some decent units. So I've chosen the French Guard, and I'll do a shorter video at the end just to show you the sheer selection, the army list, the order of battles that you can have, the maps that you can have far, far, far outweigh Darth mod in that respect. Also the units look a lot better. There we've got our Chasseur Cheval. Okay, they're looking a little bit red. Polish Lancers, have some fun with them. This is a map of England, but we are fighting... I can't even remember who we're fighting now. Oh, the Swedes. I just thought, for a change, I will fight the Swedes. Oh, God. It's all just... looks a lot better. Very green fields back there. And I'm just going to unwind and basically see how this plays out. Just for a change of pace. Something real time. It's not to say I'm not going to carry on with my John Tiller campaigns. However, I just haven't played anything else in a long time, and Scourge of War, I so wanted it to work, but one of the rare bugs came in, and unfortunately I just couldn't use it. Really, really annoying. It was unsavable. Got to a stage as well where my commander, it went to sort of the hits view, and no matter what I did, took the hits view down to 0, but it just stuck on him, and it was buggy. And then it decided to crash on me, so I thought, F this, unwind for a little bit and play something else, and NTW3 was my choice. Now, those that follow me know that I've got a lot of respect for Napoleon Total War. However, it is far from, I'm not going to say a realistic game. It's not my favourite. Scourge will be my favourite, then the John Tiller Napoleonic series, and then Napoleon Total War. Now, I checked my Steam account. I've got over 700, approaching 760 hours logged in Napoleon Total War. So I have played it. I have played it to death, and believe it or not, not one of those hours has been in multiplayer at all. I've never played this multiplayer. It's all been single-player campaigns. Using mods to play Minor Nation campaigns, trying different things out, and I just get to the same point every single time. It burns out, and I just think every playthrough I do, and I must have done 30, 40 different playthroughs of the game at some point with different nations, it gets to the same bit. Is that it? Maybe there's something else. Maybe if I play it slightly different, there's something I'm missing. Well, the campaign for this, it was a while back I played. I think it was alright. I can't remember any major issues with it, apart from the corrupt save file. I can't remember thinking, oh, this is rubbish. Darth Mod adds a lot to it. I can't remember it being any worse or any better, so I can't really comment on the campaign of this for the second, but this is just a custom battle. But you'll see why the custom battles are so much better than I think Darth Mod. Unit numbers for a start, not every line infantry unit has, you know, is it 160 units as per Darth Mod. It's all very linear, very exact. Our units here, you can see the bottom of the page, we've got 214 Grenadier Piad, we've got 228 Grenadier Piad there, 248 Grognards of the Old Guard, so it gets a lot more things correct, and you'll see once we start firing and stuff, they also get a lot more of it correct as well. Napoleon, he's got his Chasseur Cheval Squadron of the day protecting him, and I see they're dressed correctly, but our actual Chasseur Chevals over here look very red to me. Okay, never mind. And then we got Napoleon over here. Go for our units, and he's got Gendarme Elite as his sort of backup escort. Don't want to get him involved. Any sign of anyone? No Swedes yet. Over here, we've got one of the best units in Napoleonic Wars. We've got the... What? Ah, Swedes appeared out of nowhere? Where did they come from? Some kind of crazy fog of war. On the map it doesn't show you anybody. Where on earth did they come from? Okay. Polish Lancers right in there. They've slaughtered this unit, the Volgateurs. So that's one thing. Caught me off guard, so used to looking at the map and seeing where my units are, that I completely missed that. That is a good thing. That is certainly not a bad thing. You go and get them, boys. Gendarme Elite. You come over here, protect Napoleon. How many's left? Oh, 10. Okay. So, there's the Swedes then. They are there, just like that. Better get some artillery set up and start firing away. Get yourself into line formation, gentlemen. Now, I am at a disadvantage because I spent all my points on a few good units, whereas the Swedes, they have maximum capacity. I think it's maybe 40 units like Darth Mod, maybe slightly less. But I'm going to use my tried and tested infantry in the middle, cavalry on the sides, and envelop them. The way you could pretty much win every single battle in the vanilla game. I think. Are they broken? Right, Napoleon, you come and sort them out if you can. Where are my Polish Lancers? Way back here. You'll get yourself back up to in position. Okay, chaps, have you got the range? Some good looking troops. I like the Swedish troops. They look like guards to me, yep, life guards. Not going to be an easy battle, this one. Get the Mamelukes over there, get them threatened. Okay, we got something over there. We do. Is that some artillery coming up? Oh, he's left that a little bit unguarded. Let's get the Grenadier Cheval into the battle then. Straight away, unguarded artillery, I'll have that set. Yeah, a little bit forward, maybe over there. What I do miss is Scourge of War's got a nice advanced 25 yards button. Rather than having to do this each time, you can just press the advance button and they will advance 25 yards. Who have we got there? Napoleon, can you sort out this unit? Yes, no, nope, doesn't look like it. Oh dear. Okay, no problem. My all-time favourite unit, the Empress Dragoons, will get in there with the Grenadier of Cheval and have a bit of a horse fight. This is a good thing. When you haven't played Total War for a while, it still does manage to go, oh, that looks very nice. That is very impressive. So I haven't got annoyed with its faults yet, just because I have first time playing it in a while. Where are you going? And we're just going to have to rely on musket fire and getting this horse artillery sorted out. So there's a lot more smoke, as you can see, which makes it a lot more realistic. These battlefields soon cloud up. Who have we got in the hedgerow? Light troops, Elfsborgs, Field Jaegers. It is quite impressive, I have to say. Just looks the part. Now, if they could just merge it with a game that has the scale of Empire, but the look of Napoleon, and then allow some historians to actually do the sort of battle mechanics, you're going to have a fantastic game in there. Got the Lancers up there, got the Mamelukes over there. What's happening in the middle? Our cavalry are just going nuts. Where are you? No, get yourself back over here. And the Empress Dragoons, get yourself over there as well. Yeah, I thought that was there. So, sheer numbers of these Swedes going to cause us problems. You can't choose your rank and experience of units as well, which I think is a good thing. That's realistic. You can't just put everybody to full rank. You can't just put everybody full experience, so they're just unbreakable. You've got to go with whatever they rate the unit. That really adds to it. Oh, we've got a break through here. Have we? Tell you what, we'll get these gendarmes up here. And you guys, who are they? Defender of Florence, we'll get you up here as well as a bit of a reserve. What have we got there? Mamelukes, you can sort them out. Just too many units here. We might as well have a cavalry charge. It's on the flanks of these guys. Crikey, they move fast. That's my Chasseur Chevals. Oh no, it is Mamelukes. That's why I thought it was... oh no, it is Chasseur Cheval, yeah. Move quite fast. Let's see if we can't sort this out. Anybody can do it. Polish Lancers can do it. Nicely done, gentlemen. Mowing them down. Good. Don't go too far now. Don't go too far. Rein it in. And you rein it in. That's Napoleon, isn't it? Get back in the centre. Oh. Oh. Missed that. You're going to have all eyes on. So used to it being turn-based when you've got all the time in the world. Not the best. Couldn't charge from any distance, but look at them. Grenadier. Cheval coming in. Save the day on the flanks. How are we doing in the middle? We haven't broken yet. Get in there with the old guard. So bird's eye view, you cannot see the proverbial, which is good. Realistic. They're firing away. Who knows what they're firing away at? Some Soderman land line infantry. Okay, happy with that. Keep doing what you're doing. You must be blowing by now. You come out there. Chasseur Cheval. So, they managed to save my right flank, which is all good. So we'll move them up there. Move these troops up into the tree line. Getting a little bit thin on the ground around about here. That's what, a third of our men, if not a little bit more. What on earth was that?
Sir, our general is under attack.
He doesn't mind. Get you going into safety. I think I will have to bring my reserve up. However, you guys can actually fill in that hole. Reserve can come up here. How are we doing on our flank? I'll do you up there. Nice position. Hasn't got a care in the world. Just out for a Sunday stroll, a Sunday ride on their horse, pulling their K's on. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, this calls for a charge by the gendarme. Oh, gendarme elite. How dare you? How dare you? Get in the way. Oh, just do get in the way. That's it. On you go. Back you go. And we've got here. You can move up there. Come back there. There we go. Empress Dragoons overlooking the battlefield. Nice view. Being involved. They're retreating. Send them in, boys. Send them in. Move the infantry up as we do that. That's the way to charge, don't you know? With infantry support. Mr. Nate. Let's get in on this charge. Oof. Don't go too far. You've got those spikes there. Okay. And bring yourself back, chaps. Okay, time. Bring these two units up. Stretch yourself out, and how are we doing over here? Our gendarme elite, where are they? Oh, they're running. They've gone too far. You can bring yourself back. Quickly, chaps, quickly.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest awhile.
And they've vanished. Who was that? Oh, I know them. And just take your time. Just take your time. Not a care in the world. Okay, that's a strange mechanic. Like, I understand they're fatigued. Should have got them out a little bit sooner. Maybe they are that spent that they just can only walk back. So, got to protect my cavalry, got to save my cavalry. By doing that, we'll bring you up here. Still got troops there. Where are you going? Where are you going? I still had them selected, didn't I? No, they don't want to come. Okay, let's get this horse artillery up to the front line and get some canister shot on these remaining Swedes. They're blowing, they're not going anywhere, they're all bunched up. Canister shot should do the trick. What can our Grenadier Cheval see? Look at he's just stood there facing off against what's left of the Grenadier Cheval. Okay. Funny little moment. He's just moving through them. And they're letting him through. I'm not going to attack him. Okay, never mind. Bizarre. Bizarre. Move forward. Horse artillery must be limbered by now. There's a good spot for it. Has to be in the middle somewhere. In this gap. And they do their horse artillery so they can rush to the front. Okay, you're on your way back. Let's get this artillery there, cavalry there to meet them on their way back. Okay, fair enough. Let's have a charge. Haven't had a charge yet. So, tactics-wise, it's still pretty much the same way you can win a battle. Infantry in the middle. Get a sort of semicircle going with artillery in the middle, cavalry on the flanks, and you can just slowly but surely envelop an enemy. Aesthetics-wise, though, it is a lot more realistic. Sounds a lot more realistic. It's a lot more cinematic. The maps are fantastic. As I said, I'll show you the maps and the army list that are just mad. They're just incredible, the amount there is. And yeah, overall, I think it's much better, hell of a lot better than the vanilla game. And these custom battles, at least, are a lot better. Where are those spikes? A lot better than Darth Mod. So let's see what it looks like to get charged by a couple of hundred guard cavalry. Just completely not aware that I'm behind them. Okay. Empress, Grenadier Cheval. This move, I think when they're spent, they just lunge about on the battlefield, oblivious to everything. Absolutely wrecked. If somebody knows why, please do comment. I'd love to know why, and if there's anything I can do to change it. I think I'm just playing on normal, didn't change any difficulty. I'm not one that plays on expert and advanced and hard on anything. I like to enjoy a game. Don't like it to be too easy, but I don't like it to make it so hard that I just get annoyed and cry and defeats the purpose of me enjoying a game and blowing off some steam. I just want to kill some Frenchmen, or some Prussians, or some Russians, or some Austrians. There we go. So I will end it there. How do we get on? Heroic victory, thought we might. Who was my number one unit? Had to be the Empress Dragoons. Well done. And then the Grenadier Pied in the middle. Gendarmerie. They absolutely ripped it up. Lost a lot of men, but they absolutely ripped it up in the centre. That was a worthwhile charge. So yeah, it's all good. How many? 5,000 compared to 400. Okay, it was an absolute annihilation. I just wanted something different to play through that wasn't John Tiller, that wasn't Scourge of War, something that I've been wanting to play for an awful long time and managed to finally get the patience to get it working, even though it was quite long to do, but it is worth it. I might fire up the campaign and see if it's any different, but I know I'll get bored, as I always do with Total War. The 41st time of playing through a campaign, nothing's going to change. I know it'll be alright in the first, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years, something like that, and then it will, despite all of the little improvements and stuff, I'm not going to say you can't polish a turd, that's very unfair, doing it a disservice. But they will have the same problems. I think it's just limited by the game engine and the mechanics of the game itself. It's not the mod's fault. The mod is fantastic. You can see it is a labour of love done by people that really care, that really wanted to squeeze out every inch of realism and historical accuracy that they could. All right, and I strongly suggest that if you've got Darth Mod, do a clean install, put Napoleon Total War 3 there. It is worth it. If you've just got vanilla, download this instead of Darth Mod. This is a better mod in many respects. I'm going to say if you want to do a campaign, single player campaign, Darth Mod is slightly better. You want to do either online multiplayer battles or custom battles, and play out historical battles such as, I'll show you the list at the end in a second, then this is the game for you. This is the one to play. I would recommend this over Darth Mod. So doing it a little bit roundabout, I've played the battle before, and then to show you my setup, but just to show you what we're working with here and the sheer scale and content of this game and the amount of work that's gone into it. We have a look at single player and we have a look at either play battle. We'll go for the land battle. Just look at the amount of maps they've done with the enemy set, or the initial starting positions. Spain, Russia, you've got them all in reverse. Prussia, England, Italy, Austria, Germany, and multiple versions of each one. And for the most part, I played a couple of battles, and they do look, or they certainly get away with, the country that you're in. Everything's as normal here. And then when you get to the army list, though, look at this. Absolutely incredible. The amount that you can get. You can have specific orders of battle for each campaign, into each corps. You've got the Russian campaign, you've got the 100 Days campaign there, War of 1812 was included, so you've got some Americans in there. Or you can have complete army lists that they break down into sort of a couple years at a time. Netherlands, Poland, Westphalen, Württemberg, Swedes, States, Lords and Patrons. What's Lords and Patrons when it's at home? Uxbridge, Dessau. Okay, some sort of weird... Okay, some very strange units. Royal Marines with some Arab, Grenadier of the Guard. Okay, that's and a Black Watch. So it looks like they've cherry picked some grumpy pleb militia. Okay, so how many units can we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So it's probably the 40 unit limit, to be honest. Fair enough. But we have a look at there, what I played with. I don't know, let's go into France there. Complete army list. They've broken it down. Rather, I know Darth Mod has some special units, but that's nothing. And then sort of generic line infantry, generic militia, generic cavalry, dragoons, and things like that. This breaks it down into proper units, proper regiments. 44th, the 85th, the Vendams, the Bourgogne, I'm butchering names here, Les Sans-Cuir, the 88th, the cavalry, Grenadier Cheval, okay, cuirassiers, breaking them down into each regiment, the artillery, horse artillery there. You've got proper commanders, more commanders as well. You've got Ney there, absolutely fantastic, absolutely pisses, excuse the bad language, absolutely pisses all over Darth Mod in that respect. Sorry Darth Mod lovers, it does, you cannot deny it. And things like this get me excited. The historical accuracy has to be there. Those that follow me know that it's very important for a game to have historical accuracy, and the amount of work that must have gone in to actually do this in the first place is absolutely fantastic. And as you can see, troop numbers, not everybody's got 300, 360, 240, whatever is in vanilla game and Darth Mod. I've actually split it in 246 there with 256, 266, 254, 270, 258. So there is a lot of variation there. This mounted dragoon up here. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I cannot recommend this game enough. And just for a second bit, you can play single player as... multiplayer and single player. What you can do is set up a multiplayer game, go to your local network. Is that the one I want? Yeah. Host battle. Go to land battle. And no, that's not the one. scenario. That's the one I wanted. You can play out 2v2, 3x3, 4x4 with the AI taking all of the other belligerents and core in the game. So I don't know, let's just choose Talavera, host a battle, take a second or two to load. Okay, so I could be Claude Victor, or I could be, who have we got there, Sebastiani, or I could be Wellington, or I could be the Quester. Alright, and then I can add the other army, the one that I don't want to be. I can do that, and then set it up. And even though it is a multiplayer game, you can play out all of these historical battles as single player games. Another fantastic bonus in the game. Now the AI does crazy things. Those that play the vanilla game and you set up a custom battle, it does mental things. I dare say playing with other human opponents is much better. However, I never play real-time games multiplayer, only turn-based, and that's only fairly recently as well, believe it or not. But look at the amount of battles they have recreated. Vomero, Auerstadt, Albuera, Austerlitz. Sometimes there's different variants with more people. And I loaded up Borodino. I loaded up Marengo, was it? Cotrabra. There's a hell of a lot of battles. And the videos that you see online of people playing out these big Waterloo ones, because the vanilla one is pretty pathetic when you do Napoleon's battles. It is pretty pathetic, and this just puts it to shame, to be honest. It's a noble effort. It is a noble effort. It's quite cinematic when the vanilla one, when Wellington comes in and has his troop dispositions and he talks about where he has to hold and this, that, the other. But you play this battle of Waterloo, and it's almost like you're there. It's how it should have been in the game. So I cannot sing the praises of this game, this mod enough. Again, I'm going to recommend it over Darth Mod, certainly for the amount for custom battles and if you play multiplayer and you play online. The campaign itself, probably Darth Mod is slightly better. It's a little bit more stable, probably a little bit more content. And in fairness, on the other side, I haven't played this long enough or played Total War for long enough, so I'm probably enjoying it just for that fact more than I might do if I was to play it for a month or two and start picking its faults. However, I really strongly suggest it. Thank you very much for watching. Happy gaming. And that's just the French side. We have a look at the Allied side. You've got even more, again, Egypt's Fourth Coalition, the Peninsular War, War of 1812, custom armies. I mean, this is probably more than half. So the sheer amount of work, and as you delve into each army as well, it's just unbelievable. The amount of troops. Okay, the Prussians then, whoever that was. Okay, I don't know. Let's take Provost in America. Okay, a few. They're all historically accurate. They're all historically accurate numbers, leaders. What we got? Spain, they must have a few. Yeah, there we go. Look at the amount of troops that you can choose from. Again, done into each individual regiment. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm not, honestly, not many things take my breath away, but now I've got this finally working, and this is the screen that when I first loaded it up before doing a clean install, just came up with 1 or 2 units, and I couldn't actually physically come up to select an army or a faction. So now I can do it. I can see what I was missing out, and I'm so glad I spent the time and effort, not tears, but the time and effort to actually get this working in the first place. And just for a second bit, you can play single player as multiplayer and single player. What you can do is set up a multiplayer game, go to your local network. Is that the one I want? Yeah. Host battle. Go to LAN battle. And no, that's not the one. Scenario. That's the one I wanted. You can play out 2v2, 3x3, 4x4 with the AI taking all of the other belligerents and core in the game. So I don't know, let's just choose Talavera, host a battle, take a second or two to load. Okay, so I could be Claude Victor, or I could be, who have we got there, Sebastiani, or I could be Wellington, or I could be the Quester. Alright, and then I can add the other army, the one that I don't want to be. I can do that, and then set it up. And even though it is a multiplayer game, you can play out all of these historical battles as single player games. Another fantastic bonus in the game. Now the AI does crazy things. Those that play the vanilla game and you set up a custom battle, it does mental things. I dare say playing with other human opponents is much better. However, I never play real-time games multiplayer, only turn-based, and that's only fairly recently as well, believe it or not. But look at the amount of battles they have recreated. Vomero, Auerstadt, Albuera, Austerlitz. Sometimes there's different variants with more people. And I loaded up Borodino. I loaded up Marengo, was it? Cotrabra. There's a hell of a lot of battles. And the videos that you see online of people playing out these big Waterloo ones, because the vanilla one is pretty pathetic when you do Napoleon's battles. It is pretty pathetic, and this just puts it to shame, to be honest. It's a noble effort. It is a noble effort. It's quite cinematic when the vanilla one, when Wellington comes in and has his troop dispositions and he talks about where he has to hold and this, that, the other. But you play this Battle of Waterloo, and it's almost like you're there. It's how it should have been in the game. So I cannot sing the praises of this game, this mod enough. Again, I'm going to recommend it over Darth Mod, certainly for the amount for custom battles and if you play multiplayer and you play online. The campaign itself, probably Darth Mod is slightly better. It's a little bit more stable, probably a little bit more content. And in fairness, on the other side, I haven't played this long enough or played Total War for long enough, so I'm probably enjoying it just for that fact more than I might do if I was to play it for a month or two and start picking its faults. However, I really strongly suggest that. Thank you very much for watching. Happy gaming.